Joining me now is Senator Bernie Sanders, independent from Vermont. It's wonderful to have you here in person, Senator.
Good to be with you, Chris.
So we're seeing the future here, which is you got Citizens United, and then you had the Super PAC era, the era of the unlimited donations from folks that were making Super PACs, and you had the big billionaires like Sheldon Adelson. Now we're in the next chapter, which is why do a Super PAC where you have to disclose your donations when you could just create these sort of shell entities and move the money through there, and it's all dark money?
It is, for those of us who believe in democracy, and in my state we have town meetings, believe it or not, one person, one vote, no advertising, hard to believe. These are very frightening times, and everything being equal, unless we overturn through a constitutional amendment Citizens United, unless we move to public funding of elections, the billionaire class, in a very significant way, is going to control American democracy.
Well, let me play devil's advocate here. I saw an argument the other day from a conservative saying that basically this new era, that the old era of regulations was basically an incumbency protection racket, because if you're on the appropriations committee or you're a senator like yourself, you can go to all these entities, you got to give me money because I control the regulation over you, which advantages incumbents. In this brave new world where there's money coming from everywhere, you give challengers equal footing with incumbents. What do you say to that?
Well, there's some validity to that argument, except the problem is now all of the challenges are owned by the big money people. Now, what's interesting is that the Republican Party now, as you may know, Chris, wants to go further than Citizens United. They think that that is too restrictive. They want to eliminate all campaign finance regulations, which means that the Koch brothers literally will be able to sit in a room and say, you want to run for governor of Idaho? Here's $100 million, you work for me. You want to run for Senate from California? Here's $500 million, you work for me. We are moving toward a moment in history where members of Congress will be 100% owned and controlled by big money interests.
Do you as a politician, you're a popular guy in your home state of Vermont, you've been elected there time and time again, do you think about who's going to come out of the woodwork to come at me and...
Of course I do. When you take on the Koch brothers, the military-industrial complex, Wall Street, every special interest in the world, my God, in a small state like Vermont, they would,
Why haven't they yet, though? I mean, I guess my question is, if we're already arriving at the dystopian world that you paint, why does Bernie Sanders still have a job representing the good citizens of Vermont? If they could just come in and blow you away with a huge ad buy through some dark money Citizens for Vermont.
Yeah, I mean, there are exceptions to the rule. Vermont is a small state. I have personally met tens and tens of thousands of people. I have hundreds of town meetings. People know who I am. And despite the fact that when I first ran, the richest guy in the state of Vermont spent an unprecedented level of money, I beat him 2-1. So that can happen. Right. But in large states where people don't necessarily know the candidates, where they can define who you are, I think this is very, very troubling. So I would argue that for those of us who are concerned about real health care reform, single payer, for those of us who are concerned about a real jobs program, rebuilding our infrastructure, concerned about climate change, the far more important issue, underlying whether we're going to go forward or not, has to do with campaign finance. So
if campaign finance is, I mean, so there's a problem, though, which is, the Senate Democrats have a constitutional amendment that would overturn Citizens United, right? That's not going to happen, I think it's fair to say, or at least will not happen in the short term.
Yes.
You never say never. Things can happen. Things change. America's an amazing place. In the interim, what do you do? I mean, that's really the issue, right?
I think in the interim, what you have got to do, and where the Democrats have not been as strong as they should be, is really come up with an agenda, that speaks to the needs of a collapsing middle class. And B, if, God willing, the Democrats retain control over the Senate, we have to end this business of needing 60 votes to pass anything. Right. What most people don't know is a majority of members of the Senate have voted to raise the minimum wage. We voted for a jobs program. We voted to pay equity. We voted for a lot of good things. Right. Nobody knows it because we couldn't get 60 votes. That's right.
Senator Bernie Sanders. The filibuster is the plutocrat's friend, is my belief. Senator Bernie Sanders of Vermont. It's always a pleasure.
Nice to see you.
See you in person. All right.